Hi, what's your name?
My name's Phyu.
Phyu. Very good. So this is the IELTS speaking mock test, and I will be the examiner, and I will ask you some questions.
Yes.
Okay. And so this is part one of IELTS speaking. Do you like your home?
Well, I am originally from a smaller town, and now that I live in a bigger city, Yangon, I am now living in a rented apartment, and yes, I really like my home.
Very good. So which part of your home do you like the best?
Because I like to spend most of my time indoors, I make my place comfortable and fun place to be in. So the living room is my favorite part of the house.
That's good. So would you like to make any changes to your home?
Well, yes, I am always making updates and changes to my home because I have a bad hobby of interior decoration, so I'm always updating the designs.
Okay. So would you like to move to a different home?
Yes, it's okay. I wouldn't mind because I am professionally I am a mobile person. I have to move from town to town in different years, so I wouldn't mind having to move to a new home. It will be a fun and new challenge.
So this is about communication. How do you usually communicate with your friends?
Okay, so now that I live away from my home and my hometown, I communicate with my friends and family mostly online. Especially, many of them use Facebook Messenger and some use Instagram. Yeah, so that's how I communicate with them.
Okay, so when did you start using a mobile phone?
I think it's about 8 or 9 years ago when I passed the high school examination, and my aunt bought me a mobile phone as a gift, and that's when I started having a personal phone.
So in what situations do you use your phone?
And now that they have different features, so I use it for multiple purposes. In the beginning of the day, it will be my alarm clock, and then I will use it for communication purposes and also for my job and also for education purposes. I will use it. I will use the internet to search for things I want to know, and so there will be a variety of things I can do with my phone.
So let's move on to computers. So how often do you use a computer?
Well, now I have to use the computer every day of the week. It's like a part of my daily routine.
Okay. So which websites do you often visit?
Mostly, I go on websites that relate to my career, mostly medicine and also other subjects of interest. I really like searching different websites, including entertainment websites.
So how much have computers changed your life?
Now, every day of our life is largely impacted by the use of computers. So everything we can do most of the activities online. We can communicate online. So the impact is huge. It has largely affected our daily lives.
Okay, so this is the end of speaking part one. So in part two, I will give you a cue card, and on that you can prepare your notes for 1 minute, and after that you have to speak for at least 2 minutes. So let's start. Okay, so describe a film you watch at home. You should say what film it was, what it was about, why you chose to watch that film, and explain if you learned anything important from the film. So you have 2 minutes.
Okay, to describe the film I watched recently, actually I watch a lot of movies every week, so I would like to choose one particular movie that has impact on me, and it's the movie is about Pollyanna, and it's based on a book for children. I think it's written by an author. I think her name is Eleanor H. Porter, and it's about a little girl who has become an orphan recently, and she had to move to a town to be adopted by her aunt. And although she was a very young child, she faced very difficult challenges, but she has a heart of gold, and she treated everyone kindly. She always helped others. So I really liked the book, and that's why I watched that movie. And the film was great too. I think there are different versions of that film because it's a very popular book originally. So and I really enjoyed the film. And from that film, I got the feeling that I have to stay good and kind whatever the circumstances are. And I also feel the peace of mind watching the film every time. So I think this is one of my favorite films.
Very good. So let's move on to part three. This is about films. So what are the most popular types of films in your country?
To be honest, most of the films in the film industry in my country is mostly based on low budget, I guess. So the films aren't very good, although they are many in number, and most of them are usually dramas because I guess action movies and educational movies may cost a lot more.
I see. Are there any differences between your film watching habits now and your watching habits when you were a child?
Well, yes, there has been some differences and compared to my childhood. As a child, I used to watch animation movies and about cartoons, about the little animals and also princesses. Even now, I still enjoy watching them, but I also like to watch real films about people with real life struggles and also like conflicts and wars and their emotional trauma. So different movies give me different feelings, and I enjoy to watch them.
So, do you think the films that children today watch are different to the films that children watch when you were a child?
Well, I believe there has been some positive improvement in that sector because as a child we didn't have much choices than compared to the choices that the kids today have, and also I think there is more regulation and censorship to make them appropriate for the children to be watching. So I think it will be better for them.
I see. So, do you think films can teach children anything?
Yeah, most things because films are the display of the real life outside. So, and also children are quite young and they learn everything they see and hear. So, films can be a source of their language, learning their languages and behaviors. It's very important that they have access to good films.
I see. And this is about where people watch films. So, what are the advantages and disadvantages of watching a film at home?
Well, being an indoor person myself, for me, there seems to be more advantages to watch a film at home because I have more privacy and I can choose which film I want to see, and I can just change the topic if I don't like what I'm seeing. There's a lot of good things, but not everyone will be the same as me, right? Some people might enjoy watching a movie in a crowd with different similar interests.
Of course. So, in what ways are cinemas today different to cinemas when you were a child?
Well, there has been a lot of good improvements, I believe. The air conditioning is better, the environment is cleaner, and now that there is the pandemic has happened, and there is more regulations for the cinema to be a healthy place for many people to stay in, and also the lighting systems and the display and the clarity of the movies, everything has improved better.
Very good. So, this is the last question. Do you think cinemas might one day disappear?
It is one possibility, but on the other hand, I don't believe so because, as I have said before, some certain people like to watch their favorite films in crowds with similar interests. For example, there's a new Avengers movie, and they would like to see the newly released film in a group. Yeah, and it will be much thrilling and exciting to watch like that in a cinema.
Okay, very good. So, this is the end of our speaking motors. Okay, so here we have Dr. Phyu, and she recently took the test on the 31st of January 2023, computer delivered test by British Council, and she got a very outstanding score of an overall band 8 with an 8.5 in listening and reading and a band 7 in writing and speaking. And she has now demonstrated us how she got a band 7 in the real IELTS examination, and I personally thank Dr. Phyu for that, and I hope students watching the video can learn a lot from this, and I believe you will get your required golden band score in the near future. So I will see you in my next video, and thank you, Dr. Phyu.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, thank you. So bye bye everyone.